The marine environment is at the foundation of our heritage. We've built our lives around the things that we found in the ocean. It's the ecosystem services that it provides are about protecting us, about feeding us, about creating the economy that's made us strong. So it's important for so many reasons.
Our water is a huge part of what makes Bermuda attractive to people around the world. I mean, we're water people.
The habitats around Bermuda are generally in good condition, but they're continually under pressure by people's activities.
Unfortunately, a lot of the difficulties and challenges that face our coastal waters have to do with improper use, like human use of these habitats, whether that be coastal development, placement, or improper placement of moorings, anchors, improper boating activity, which can physically damage already fragile ecosystems.
Bermuda was one of the few places to be bold enough to ban the catch of parrotfish in the 90s.
But studies done in Bermuda show that our predator populations, like our groupers and our snappers, are still depleted.
With our shark species, we have actually dented the population quite heavily. Because we've removed the large predator, the ecosystem's out of balance. What they do is they keep fish populations in check.
On the coast, we're seeing a lot more development that results in sedimentation. That sedimentation finds its way into the ocean, smothers our seagrasses, limits their capacity to photosynthesize, and in the end, they die or they slowly die off. It makes our limited amount of mangroves have to do a lot more work.
Ocean warming is giving rise to more frequent and more intense storm activity, specifically tropical storms and hurricanes.
Think about all the threats associated with climate change. There's ocean deoxygenation, there's acidification, there's rising temperatures. All of these things can increase the chances of having a mass fish die-off because of a disease, or a coral bleaching event, or a Category 5 hurricane.
But if the reef dies, it's going to erode to a flat surface that's substantially lower in the water. It's going to allow all the waves to come over the reef and hit the shore. So small storms and Category 1 hurricanes would do the damage that now we associate with things like Fabian, like these really big hurricanes.
And I think the 2023-2024 season has been, an example of what might happen under the impacts of climate change, where we have now experienced the 4th global bleaching event.
%36% of the visitors who come to Bermuda for a reason associated with the marine environment.
Without the coral, we don't have fish. Without the fish, we lose that economic force, both in terms of tourism and also in terms of the safety of, our food source.
Without any protection, The cost is that we may lose those resources, and that will really not be good for any aspect of Bermuda's economy.
In other countries, there's absolutely no doubt that after MPAs have been created, the fisheries have improved, the ecosystem services we all depend on, like we all depend on these reef, on this coastline to protect us from hurricanes, all those things show signs of benefiting from being protected, from being literally left alone.
Little Cayman is this amazing little spot where there's the only remaining spawning aggregation for the Nassau grouper, and the Cayman Island government took this very seriously and protected that spawning aggregation. And every year they've been going out and monitoring how big that population is, and at the moment it's up to something like 10,000 fish. So starting from 500 to 1,000 fish 15 years ago to now being 10,000 fish is just a classic example of how protection can help replenish that population.
Every country, every region, every state that has implemented these have seen the benefits literally spill out into the local economies, be it tourism, be it improved fisheries. All these things are an absolute, clear, fully evidence-based consequence of having MPAs.
I'm also really hopeful because Bermuda seems eager and willing to talk about marine protection and how we can sustain our local marine environment.
A marine protected area is a space in the ocean that's been put away to safeguard ecosystems and marine life. Certain human activities have been restricted to preserve those areas. So marine protected areas will safeguard nursery grounds and spawning areas. They will replenish fish stocks so that our fishing industry can thrive. They look after marine heritage, such as our local shipwrecks. And they're also often tourism and recreational hotspots. So they're also really good for growing blue economy jobs.
So this is just a way for us to conserve enough of that resource so that it can replenish itself and make sure that it's there year after year for us to continue to utilize it.
Using marine special plans and marine protected areas to say, okay, these habitats are pretty important, gives an opportunity to give some refuge for those fishes that are using those habitats.
So if all the animals have an area where there is no human activity going on, they can just thrive and flourish and populate. And then what happens is the population should increase and they should actually spread outward from that MPA.
So our whole tourism product is primarily based around, the beauty of our marine spaces. Having that allows us so many different opportunities and provides us with countless privileges.
There is no tourism and there is no fisheries or fishing without ecosystem health.
So the Blue Prosperity Plan really is the framework for protecting and improving Bermuda's marine resources. It sets up the legal basis for it. The Blue Prosperity Plan has two parts. One is the Blue Economy Strategy, the other is the Marine Spatial Plan. The Marine Spatial Plan sets aside marine protected areas. It also sets up enforcement and monitoring and management of the marine protected areas and all of Bermuda's marine resources.
People use the ocean for shipping, for tourism, for fishing, maybe renewable energy, and we want to make sure that all of these competing uses are considered in a way that looks after our marine environment.
It's really important that the public agrees and buys into marine protected areas, because without that, it won't be effective.
We've got word and feedback from adults, children, locals, expats, fishermen, landscapers, lawyers, and all walks of life. And I think that's what's really been needed to ensure that we're meeting everyone's expectation and doing what's best for us as a whole.
So an MPA isn't just one big block. There's a network of sometimes smaller blocks. They're nearby each other and they connect really important parts of the marine system. There's different areas across Bermuda's platform and into the ocean. There's reef areas, there's seagrass areas, there's sandy areas. So having all of these protected is really important so fish and other organisms can be protected throughout their life cycle.
Or you can have areas where there can still be bottom fishing, or there can still be surface fishing but no bottom fishing. And having those different levels of protection, that really is a way for us to make sure that people are still able to utilize that resource. They're still able to meet their economic needs. They're still able to continue with the career that they've known their entire lives.
The different levels of protection allow that flexibility so that we can protect the environment while at the same time allowing important human uses to continue.
It will allow the fish stocks to improve, and this will mean more fish to catch, healthier fish to catch, and thereby more money for fishermen and a resilient industry that can continue and pass on from generation to generation.
These MPAs will help to sustain us for the long term and allow the culture and heritage that is Bermuda to persist.
Just setting aside 20% of Bermuda's reef area, Bermuda's coastal areas for protection can really set Bermuda up for a positive future.